Stove, which means we're cooking here in the D-Fire kitchen. One area of our ministry is called Friends in Food. Food and Friends, actually. And what we do in this area is a lot of times there are families or individuals who are going through tough circumstances, a job loss, death of a family member, sickness, disease, car accident, or sometimes you just want to bless somebody. So what we do is we have this Food and Friends section of our ministry where we prepare a meal for a family, we pack it up, we bring it over to them, and if they're going through any of these circumstances, it gives them a chance to take the night off from cooking and just spend time bonding with each other. Now we know that in the Bible food is huge. It's always about foods and festivals and suppers and Last Suppers and communion and things such as those. So we know Jesus was about food. That means we're about the food too. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you a very easy and quick recipe that you can make should you wish to bless someone like this, or if you ever just want to have people over and just kind of get connected and kind of get to know each other and just spend some time together in fellowship. This is a turkey skillet lasagna, and we're going to get started. Alright, we got a medium-sized Dutch oven, metal pot here. We have it up on about medium heat, and what I'm going to do is start with some olive oil, and don't be afraid, olive oil won't hurt you. Coat the bottom of it, get it real nice. I have already cut up some onion. Now you can use white onion, yellow, Vidalia, kind of doesn't matter. Onions are all nice, just little different flavors of each. And throw it on in there, get it sizzling. Okay, once it's in there, use a wooden spoon or spatula, get that thing moving around. You don't want them to the point where they're too brown. You want them just kind of soft and translucent. Next up on the list, garlic. And in an Italian style dish, got to go heavy on the garlic. Work it in there. Mix them together. Next on the list, kosher salt. Again, don't be afraid of salt. Don't believe everybody when they tell you how bad it is for you and it's going to hurt you. Salt brings the flavor. So we're going to mix that all in there, and we're going to get it nice and hot. Let it sizzle down a little bit. I'm going to turn up the heat a little tiny bit. It's okay to cook on a higher heat as long as you keep it moving. If it's stuck in one place too long, it will burn. When the onions and the garlic are starting to turn golden, almost to right before they turn brown, next we're going to add in our meat. And for this one, we're going to go with 1 pound of ground turkey. Very lean meat, so it's we need to flavor it up because fat is where the flavor is. So we're going to work the ground turkey in there with the wood spatula. We're just going to work it around in the same way. Started mixing our turkey in. Now, as I said earlier, because turkey is a lean meat, it doesn't have a high fat content, so therefore it lacks flavor. Kosher salt, always needs salt. Salt brings out the flavor, brings out the liquid. You want that. Next on the list, as with any Italian food, onion powder. Don't be afraid. Garlic is up next. Black pepper you want to put in a little after the fact because pepper tends to burn. So get that all in there. Now this is seasoned salt, so it does have salt in there, so you don't want to over salt it for flavor, but this has a couple other nice things in there. Quick thing, it has, let's see, salt, sugar, paprika, onion, cornstarch, and garlic, so we're just kind of augmenting what we already have. To make it more on the Italian side, you have Italian seasoning, which is a mixture of a couple different things. Don't be stingy. And then if you really want to go heavy Italian, we got some basil leaves. Work them in there. Okay, those are the spices. Work it all in. And as the turkey cooks, it will start to crumble, which is exactly what we're going for next. Couple seconds of mixing this all together, you see the turkey is starting to crumble and there's a bunch of liquid that's boiling at the bottom. That's exactly what we want. This next step is optional. This is some people's preference. They may want to use it, they may not. Chardonnay cooking wine. Okay, you want to turn it, you want to pour it right into where the boiling area is. You don't have to use a lot. and give it a second to boil and cook out, and let all the alcohol burn off. You can even turn the heat up a little bit if you want to speed up the process. I would give it about maybe 90 seconds of boiling to get all the alcohol out of it. Down to a medium heat on this now, and what we're going to do is next we're going to add our red sauce. Now you could use your homemade sauces, you can use a jar sauce, and for this ministry we do a lot of couponing to keep the expenses down and make any funds that we have available go as far as they can. So this is going to be a tomato, onion, and garlic, which is kind of already what we have in there, so it's just going to bring out more of the flavor. So you can do it however you like, and if you get some that's stuck at the bottom, just throw some water in it. Shake it out with the cap, and there you go. Mix it all together, and you're going to see it comes together almost like it's going to look like a stew. Point we have everything here boiling. Ahead of time we made some penne pasta, which we're going to work into this, and you just start dumping it in. Use your spoon. Start working it into the mixture. Lower your heat. Later, we've mixed everything together. We're going to let everything get nice and hot. Now at this point you have the option of doing several things. At this point you can put it in an aluminum tin, work in some ricotta cheese and some Parmesan on the top of it. You can just plate it up as is because it's excellent. And what you do at this point is now you have a real simple recipe, a real simple meal that if you have friends over and you're going to have some fellowship time, or if you're going to serve a family in need that you just want to cook a dinner for, this is a real short, quick, easy, and inexpensive recipe. And this is what it's all about. You know, in the Bible, it was a lot about feasts and food, and Jesus cooked breakfast for his guys, and Last Supper, and this is communion, and all kind of good stuff here. So remember, food is love, God is love, and that's what we do here at the ministry. So the Food and Friends Ministry is just a part of Dominion Fire Church, which you can find at dominionfire.com, and you can find the recipes for more projects like these, and get out there and start serving people. It's awesome, and it's just a fun experience. So we'll see you next time. Check out more of our stuff again, dominionfire.com. Thank you.